there's a wonderful James Mason quote. He was sitting on a film set and they were making him wait forever. And some PA or somebody came over to him and said, Mr. Mason, I'm so sorry we're making you wait so long. And he goes, oh, no. You pay me to wait. The acting is free.
Oh, I like that.
That's good, right?
Yeah,
that is
good.
Like
that. What's up, guys? Hey, I'm Dustin Ibarra.
And I'm Greg Baldwin.
And we're podcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Welcome to Good Things Are Happening.
Man, it's good to be here.
Good things are happening, dude.
It's awesome, dude.
It's
awesome,
exciting.
Man.
This is awesome because, like, we're doing this podcast and, like, good things are happening. And then it's like, I feel like we manifested this kind of. What's up, guys? Welcome to Good Things Are Happening. I am Dustin Ibarra, and I'm joined with my buddy
Greg Baldwin.
Greg Baldwin. What's up, man? Welcome to Good Things Are Happening. This has been crazy lately, bro. Yeah. Let's do a little check-in.
Okay.
Let's just get right into it, man.
So you have been traveling all over the place.
I've been traveling everywhere.
Killing it. Just killing it all over the place.
I didn't say killing it.
I say killing it. I say killing it.
I've been traveling, doing a lot of road work, doing stand-up. Some places are awesome, some places not so much, but it's all fun because I'm working.
Yeah.
But I just got back from Maui.
Wow.
I had a gig out there. And Greg, this was one of the coolest gigs ever, bro. Because you know how, like, you know how, like, sometimes you'll do a gig and they're like, listen, you got one show, we want you out by noon. You don't touch anything, blah, blah. It's a comedy.
One day hotel.
Yeah. This one, bro. Okay, I had one show. They put me up in a 3-bedroom house 5 days in Maui. One of the best gigs ever, dude.
That's incredible.
It was an outdoor show, fun crowd. I took Christy out there, my fiance. So this counts as a honeymoon. I told her that. I'm like, hey, listen, this counts for a honeymoon and a couple of birthdays, all right? But no, we were out there. It was great. Have you ever been to Hawaii, bro?
Yeah, 7 times.
It was amazing, dude. 7 times.
Yeah,
wow.
I played college baseball, so I would go out and play baseball there for 4 times. And then my niece got married there, and then I went on a couple family vacations.
They've got baseball in Hawaii?
Yeah.
That's cool. Instead of a ball, do they use like a pineapple?
It's coconut.
Oh, a coconut. Why didn't I say coconut? That would have made more sense. That's silly.
And you don't actually wear baseball uniforms. You wear skirts.
Oh, nice.
The traditional hula skirts.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that's got to be rough whenever you slide into a base. Yikes. Gonna need some Neosporin, bro. But that was, dude, it was a good time. Saw all the sights. It was amazing. Incredible.
So now, was it Lahaina just burned down?
Lahaina just burned down. I got to talk to some locals about that.
Yeah.
And, they're going through it, dude. Yeah. I was talking to a lady. She lost everything. She got her dog out, but apparently, I guess the warning sirens didn't go off. So she said her smoke alarm in her house went off. That's how she knew. And yeah, dude, we went by there. You can't go inside, but we were on the outskirts of it. And like, it was pretty devastating, man. Like 100 and something people died out there, dude. Yeah, crazy. It was, and that town is historic. So it just, it burnt down, and it was like, it was crazy, dude.
Well, what a great thing that you got to bring laughter and joy and happiness to people.
Who said there was laughter? See, now, no, there was laughter.
I've seen your act. There's a little bit of laughter.
A little bit. Yeah, it was fun. And yeah, went to the big top of this crater, and it was like this really high mountain. And it was just one of those just serene experiences. You know what I do now when I'm in something like that? I close my eyes and I'm just like, just trying to do like a quick meditation, Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, it feels cool.
Yeah.
Like here I am above the clouds, Yeah. Hey, God, what's up, man?
Yeah, that's awesome.
He's like, hey, Dustin, what are you doing? He sounds like that. Like, what's up, bro?
That's your God?
Yeah, I guess.
He's like a Hawaiian God.
Yeah. Ooh.
It was kind of look Hawaiian, dude. I bet you fit.
No, that's what's cool. I really Hawaiianed it up too.
Yeah.
Because people were nicer, I feel like if I look more Hawaiian, they're like, he's not a tourist. He's one of us. I'm like, hey, what's up, bro?
So you didn't wear any leis?
I didn't wear any leis. Didn't wear any coconut skirt or coconut bras, skirts, nothing like that. But It was an amazing time,
That's awesome.
Greg.
That's
And
awesome.
it was cool. I hope to do the gig again.
That's a good gig, man.
But how about you, Mr. Baldwin?
What's going on? I just did a show at the El Rey Theater.
Yeah,
And,
big theater.
It's a big theater, and it's like like legends that play there. My buddy's like, oh, I saw Dylan there,
Dylan?
Bob Dylan, and
Oh, okay.
and I'm like, but it was iconic, and it was a fundraiser for a rehab called the Phoenix House.
Oh, that's cool.
The Phoenix House is a place that I would go speak. I've spoken at over the years to the patients there about recovery from drugs and alcohol. And then I did a show for them at one of their facilities, and they liked my performance, and my friend put together the show, and so we did it at the El Rey Theater, and it was insane, dude.
That's
it was
awesome.
I was up in the green room, and it was like packed, and there's like a few hundred people, and it was just amazing, and I had a good set. I did pretty good, and it's just crazy, man. I did the shows with Jay Moore and Alonzo Bowden.
Yeah, Alonzo was on there. It was a stacked lineup.
Yeah.
When you did that too, I got a little bit like, whoa, hey, what happened to Dusty? Dusty's sober. Dusty
I'll get you
likes
the next
comedy.
One. I'll get you.
But it's okay. I'm glad that you did that, man. That anytime you're in a theater shows are fun, dude.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
And it's like you were doing something for a good cause too. Did they raise a good amount of money?
Yeah. Once somebody bought a table for $12,000. Tickets were $75 a ticket.
Wow.
And then they opened it up for people that couldn't afford it, that are sober. And
that's cool.
So I did a bunch of comps for sober people.
Nice.
So they can afford it. And it was a great experience, man. It was a really good experience. And it was my natal birthday. So it's just, but and I had an okay set. I didn't murder, but I had a good set. And then people were coming up, oh yeah, like you were so great. And then people wanted to take pictures and stuff like that. And then, I talked to a couple friends. They didn't mention one word about it. I'm like, oh God, I'm fucking terrible.
I know what you're talking about. I mean, it's you want people after this show to be like, oh my God, that was the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, how'd you do that?
Yeah.
You're the best. One person doesn't say anything positive, and I'm like a dismal failure.
Yeah.
And
you want to be like, I saw Dave Chappelle last week. You were better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you serious? It's crazy, man. Thank you.
Yeah. And then Alonzo Bowden closed the show, and I thought I did good, and I'm like, I'm getting to be, pretty good at this, doing comedy. And then I watched Alonzo Bowden, and I'm like, oh, okay, I got a lot of work to do.
Ooh, that's like 30 plus years of stand up right there, man.
God,
you can't compare yourself to,
I know.
He is amazing. Great guy too.
I know.
Well, that's cool, man.
Yeah. So I'm excited for today. We have a really cool guest. So this guest I've known for, God, it's got to be 25 years, something like that is when I first met him. And
25 years.
He's we'll talk about how that I met him in a little bit, but he's an actor and a teacher. Ooh. And he was in he's been in a ton of stuff, but most memorably one of my favorite scenes ever was Reservoir Dogs. He played the cop in Reservoir Dogs.
Iconic.
Marvin and Michael Madsen had cut him off his ear, whatever. We'll talk about that. And then he was also in Dances with Wolves and Natural Born Killers and all the TV shows, but he was also recently on a show that I really loved. It was called Snowfall. And it was really awesome. But today's guest is my good dear friend Kirk Baltz.
How are you, buddy?
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Thanks for coming, man.
Did you get that shirt in Hawaii?
No, but hey, whoa! I actually got this shirt. A buddy of mine, he has this fashion line, 7 Strong brand, and he's
a little bit of product placement for you right there.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
I've been meaning to say that. Yeah. In fact, let's take a quick break. I want to talk about this.
What is it called? It's called 7 Strong.
Yeah, 7 Strong.
And that's nice, dude.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I can get you some too. We'll see what. Hey, I might be able to hook some people up. We'll see what happens. He's cool. Yeah, but that's an awesome shirt too. We both look like kind of like we're tourists right now.
We should go to Hawaii.
We should, man. Yeah, I'll take you to the crater I went to, man. We'll meditate or something.
Yeah.
Kirk, I met you. So here's how I met you. I was in this actors theater in San Francisco, just doing some classes or whatever, and I was looking through the San Francisco Weekly. And I came upon an ad, and it was you, and I saw you were in Reservoir Dogs. And I used to, before I even saw that movie, before I even met you, I used to tell people that whenever the song came on, Stuck in the Middle, and it would come on. I'd play them the song. I'm like, what movie is this in? And everybody would always say Reservoir Dogs. Everybody always knew it. So I saw you were teaching a class. And so I'm like, I got to take it. And I went and took the class and
you were there.
I was there.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You were still all fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah. So we're doing an
man.
exercise. It's like 25, 30 people in the class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody's kind of like got their eyes closed and they're doing like some kind of sensory stuff or something. And there's Greg and he's like this and he's starting to cry, but and he's crying. And then all of a sudden the biggest snot just starts falling out of his nose. God. And it's not going to drop. It's just getting longer and he's crying and his eyes are closed. That was me getting to know Greg.
Here's what happened.
It wasn't even for the scene. He was thinking about like, I can't believe I stole that catalytic converter.
Dude, here's what happened, dude. I was using drugs at the time and I went out and I pulled an all-nighter snorting coke. Mm-hmm. And so
the night before
the class, and he was
that's called preparation.
That is called preparation. Huh? And I stayed up all night. Maybe I slept an hour or something. And he had the class, and so I thought we were gonna go and like read lines and do all this stuff. But one of the exercises Kirk does that you do is he puts on music. And then he puts a person in the middle, and the person has to dance by themselves and express themselves. And then everybody around the circle dances and emulates that character, right? And I haven't slept all night, right? And it was, you put on Tom Petty.
Do you remember your song?
Yeah, it was Tom Petty. I'll remember the song in a minute. And every time it comes on, I always go back to that.
Like Free Falling?
Free Falling, that was it. It was Free Falling, dude. And I'm like,
nailed.
I'm all coked out.
I bet that wasn't even a teaching schedule. You were just like, I'm going to mess with this guy. Get in the middle, you
That was amazing.
Up,
that place, Fort Mason. That was quite a spot.
That's right. That was a spot.
So you were dancing and everyone was just watching you?
No, they're in the outside of the circle.
Okay.
And everybody that's around on the outside of the circle has to do everything they can to be the person in the center of the circle. So they want to try and, emulate them, be them, work hopefully from the inside out, not just imitate them. Kind of get what they are. And then
that's deep.
Then you pull them out, throw somebody else in, and it's a good warm-up.
Yeah.
You should come do it sometime.
Let's do it.
From what
are you doing after the thing?
I got that from a wonderful teacher named Susan Batson. Susan developed that off of Strasbourg-based work. So I grabbed that one from her.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, man.
You do a lot of cool techniques on allowing the person to find themselves.
Yeah.
And I remember too, because I always, one of the things I remember, you did an exercise. And so what the exercise was is you did like sense memory work where you close your eyes and you said, imagine this person is in front of you that saved your life, 7 years ago or more, or something like that. And then you imagine that person. Then you said, grab their hands and hold their hands and touch their face and feel their hair. What does it feel like? And you walk through that experience of that person. And then you say, whisper in that person's ear, what you've always wanted to say to that person that saved your life. Now they're out in the parking lot. But it's this whole process of really getting in touch with that emotion or that thing. And then you gave us a monologue that we were on a game show. And we won, and we were thanking the host. We were thanking the host.
As hungover as you were, you remember?
Yeah, that was a different class. That one, I was present for that one. But and then we thanked the game show host for saving our lives. So you personalized those experiences for us and allow us to have access.
Yeah, because they're all in there, and we tend to, as civilians, keep that stuff inside.
Yeah,
and I think our calling, so to speak, as artists, is to bring that stuff up and out so that we get free. Those that are working with us in the craft, whatever it is we're doing, get free. But then also there's the hope, the possibility that then who's viewing you, your audience, can have an experience. I mean, it's the same thing with what you guys do. I've tried doing stand-up. And it's brutal.
We did
I don't know
together.
how I went and took 1 or 2 classes with you.
No.
I don't know how you guys do it, but it's a whole other game. And you were just talking a little bit ago about somebody with 30 years experience doing it. I think it's the same thing with any kind of art form, being creative. But
Yeah, I've always believed
But the
that.
joy,
Yeah.
the joy you guys must get from turning a room on and all that laughter that gets created.
It is. And that joy, whenever they don't laugh, is the exact same amount, but the other way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's the crapshoot.
Yeah. It's
That's the
you're gambling with
crapshoot.
some emotions out
Yeah,
there.
man. And you know what though? That's life. I mean, that's gonna happen. And I think that, you know, if I'm willing to show up, if we're all willing to show up and be who we truly are at any given moment, good, bad, right, wrong, whatever the fuck is going on, you know, we got a shot at being where we are, and then we can go someplace else. We can shift, we can move. If we're stuck, we're stuck.
Ooh,
Not much is going to change, and then there's a ripple effect in that. I mean, then people around us are going to feel stuck.
Oh, wow.
And what are they going to do? But yeah,
That's
so,
deep, dude.
well, it's
good healing
yeah.
stuff, you know. I mean, it's not acting, you know, it's you know, it was very therapeutic.
Becoming an artist saved my life. It was
Yeah.
a part of it. You were talking a little bit ago about that room in Fort Mason and you being there and having the night you had before. I got clean and sober, and you know, decided I really did want to try and be an artist, whatever that meant.
Yeah.
You know, I painted for a little while, and then I committed and started studying acting, and now I'm back at painting, and acting and teaching and coaching, but it is all about having the willingness to find out who I am, because I'm always evolving.
Oh, that's
It's-
cool. I like
yeah.
art is so like it's a blanket thing too. There's so much under the umbrella of art. Like I tried painting a while
Yeah?
back too. It's fun, dude. I'm not a good painter,
Yeah.
but I painted what I paint. I painted Ronald McDonald and Papa John making out. And then
I want to see that.
Yeah.
How
and
long
then-
ago did
bro,
you do
I got
that?
it like a
When
few
did you
months
do that?
ago.
Yeah.
Grimace was in the background behind a bush and he was watching.
See, but you,
Yeah.
you
That's
sit
so
there and you
creative.
go, I'm not a good painter. The whole deal is that you paint it. You got the fucking paint.
Dude, it was
you
so
got
fun.
the idea. You put it,
Yeah.
you know, so when people are in that stage of like, do I want to, am I good? This, that.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Go make something with your eyes closed. Have a bunch of crayons, whatever it is, markers, brushes, paints out in front of you. Maybe you have an idea in mind. Maybe you want to try and make a painting of a photograph you love. Look at it. Don't look at what you're drawing or painting. Just look at the picture and then see what you have. Or just do it with your eyes closed. Then there's always working with your non-dominant hand.
Okay.
You know, so that because it's like, I
Yeah.
think it's so hard for me to get out of my own fucking way, but when I just do it, it's not that hard. And then I'm like, whoa,
That
this feels good.
That would suck if you did that and then you open your eyes and it's a bunch of like swastikas. Like, oh shit! Oh no! What's going on in here?
Some part of the country that may not be an accident. But, you know.
That's what I was going for, man.
Oh,
That's
dude.
cool though. I like that technique. Just close your eyes and just kind of like.
Oh, it's great. It's
Yeah.
really beautiful, and you can peek, and you will be surprised because you're eliminating critical thinking, right? So you are working from an intuitive feeling, emotional, just whether you feel those or not. But when you take that away, and you're not trying to be good, and you're just letting it go, we get surprised, and then it becomes a springboard.
Dude, that's very cool. I wonder if there's a way to translate that to stand up, you know,
Mm.
creatively, like joke writing or something, but not like thinking about
so,
it.
I mean,
It's-
I love both your guys' work, and I have seen you, even though we haven't really met. I've seen your stuff online, and Greg, I've known you forever. But who's the woman? I forget her name right now that does the ventriloquist stuff. She puts masks on people. You guys don't know who this chick is?
no,
I think she's Australian.
no.
Oh, she's fucking.
That
unreal.
sounds great though. I
Oh,
love
she's
out of the
incredible.
box stand up.
Oh,
and
she-
some
she-
people are snobs about it, but I love that.
That's
Yeah.
really great. But that is like, it's a total like in the moment, no plan, spontaneous, improvisational.
Oh, that's
But she
cool.
puts these masks on people and then has these, and she's an incredible ventriloquist.
That's
So she'll have two people from the audience do a conversation, and she's doing the voices for both of them.
Oh,
That's
that's
wish I could
great,
remember her
dude.
name.
That's a
So-
closer right there.
Yeah, she's
that's
so
amazing.
cool.
But for me, that's what I hope happens in my acting. That's what I look for when I'm working with other actors or artists. I work with writers. I work with dancers. I'm doing a big trip to October to Europe, to Munich, Cologne, Stockholm, London, a couple of other places, maybe Paris, October, November. And I'm building this workshop where actors can paint and painters can act.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, because I found that I didn't think this would happen. Painting came back to me when my mom was passing in the middle of COVID. I was in New York. I was alone.
Sorry to hear that.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, but it's and we were getting rid of the family apartment that we had. My brother and I were letting that go and moving on. And I was alone. I was there for 10 months. My wife and my kids were here in LA. And I had so much I needed to speak about, or felt I wanted to speak about. And I hadn't painted in like 30 years the way I had done it before in the beginning. And so I would go and I would find the backs of cabinets that had been thrown out on the street in New York and rip them off and find paint. And I would go to Home Depot and buy cheap paint and shit and bring it up to the apartment. But I was painting all this stuff that was improvisational and was just flowing. But I was finding a voice through the painting.
That's cool.
I was finding like a dialogue, a vocabulary, a way and means of expression through the painting. And there's a woman in Paris I've done some work with who's deaf. And I shared that with her and she said, yeah, I have found my voice through painting and drawing. And I never would have put those together that way. I never would have put a voice with working that way. With
no, but
painting.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to paint after
I wonder-
this, bro. I swear I'm
Yeah.
gonna stop by like Michael's and grab some acrylics, dude.
Maybe that'll help with my joke writing, dude.
Hey,
I just paint. We've been talking about joke writing, and
we have been talking about Joker like a lot today.
Yeah. 'Cause I had a little incident last night, but the
How do you do that? I mean, that's a great example.
I don't know.
Imagine you got to turn off the critical thinking in order to do joke writing.
So I'm a critical thinker. I don't know how to joke write. I've always told stories and then just tell them over and over again and find punchlines. He's a master at set up punchline.
I'm not a master.
You're
but
a
that's,
master.
That's always what I've kind of went to is like keep it simple, like the set up punchline tag and just get to the punchline as fast as you can.
Yeah.
And then if you have a bunch of jokes and you put that into a story, and I'm no George Carlin or like an insane joke writer, but I know how to do a setup and punchline.
Dude, you're in the top 1/10 of 1%.
Oh, stop, Greg.
of stand-up comedians. I mean, you are. I mean, it's like
I don't
it's a
know.
hard path. But
Thank you though.
the things you're talking about with art, you know, and opening up creatively and finding your voice and being expressive and being spontaneous and allowing yourself to be you. You know, these are all things that we need, you know, that we need to cultivate in our stand-up. And
yeah,
you
and
know?
I think a lot of it has to do with opposites or commitment to things that make no sense. For me, that's where comedy has always resided. You know, that it's the commitment to something that makes absolutely no sense at all, but I believe it to the core of my being.
Ooh, yeah.
Right? So there's an element of that kind of thing. I don't know, but I've always kind of felt that way. Or
I feel like
what's the logical response? Okay, then what's the opposite to that?
That's called a left turn.
Is that what you guys? Yeah.
But I also think like what you're saying. Yeah, you got to like believe in your jokes and like if it makes you laugh, it usually like if it makes you laugh, like that's kind of what you got to stick to. And hey, if it doesn't make the audience laugh, that sucks. But
and that's
going to
be what, rooted in irony? I mean, or
Mm.
in like something that just doesn't make any sense. But
Yeah.
There's different forms of
So many
stand-up.
different.
You
I
know,
love
there's
it.
storytelling, there's setup punchlines.
it
There's some people that
fascinates me.
like it's obviously not true.
When I
Yeah.
came
But
up
it's
as
hilarious.
an actor, I was in New York and I was friends with Rick Aviles.
Mhm.
You guys remember him at all? And Colin Quinn and these other
Yeah,
guys.
Colin Quinn,
and-
SNL.
And they, I would go once in a while and we'd run from one club to the other in downtown Manhattan. And run around New
Yeah.
York City and get in a cab and go and do another 20-minute set. And I was like, holy fuck, how do these guys do this?
That's-
and it's like,
Yeah,
that's what he did. That's
I
what you
lived
do,
in New
dude.
York for a bit, and it was fun. That
Where
was
you
my
from
first.
originally?
I'm from Dallas
Oh,
originally.
you are.
When I was like 20, 21, I moved to New York, and I just going. It's so different, from
Yeah.
back home doing stand up. Yeah, exactly like that. You take a cab.
It's
go to this
incredible.
place.
But I would be with them and I would watch. They just did. You guys talk about killing it and bombing and this, that, and the other. But I mean, it's like they would do stuff. They would run a set in one room. Then I would watch them 45 minutes later do the same set in another room. And it was completely like because of the house.
Yeah.
Because of who's there and how they're responding.
And I always feel like New York comics are just they got an edge to them because they can go up so much, and they do that. They go up like multiple times.
Is it still that way today?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Even more so,
need that.
there's this one, the Comedy Cellar. They got like 4 rooms there.
Wow.
When I was there, I got to do the Tonight Show, and they have you run your set at the clubs, and the booker comes and sees you. At that place, it would be like you go on at 8, 8:20, 8:40, 8, and you just walk to the other room. You just walk to the other room.
Wow.
And it's different every time. It's so much fun.
That's incredible.
You got so much experience.
I'd love to go do that
It's
sometime
cool.
with you. That would be pretty cool.
Hey,
to
next
catch
time you're in
that.
New York, let's go do it.
But it's interesting. It's like all the things that you're talking about and all the things that I've learned in your class about, trying to, using those things to be expressive and be yourself and be comfortable on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's we've all heard it before, but uncover, discover, discard. It's like, what's in my way?
Who's the most inspirational? Is there anybody that inspires you the most? In your life? Your mom, your teacher, your philosopher?
Probably my kids.
Yo.
I got a 21 and a 24-year-old. I got a son named Dutch. He's
I remember
24.
Dutch. He was in a punk band, right?
Yeah, he was in Dumb Fucks.
Okay. Yeah.
They're awesome. They broke up a little while ago.
I remember that.
But they started that band when he was 15, and they stayed together for like 7-8 years.
Wow.
Him and his buddy Will, and then they kind of went separate ways. And now he's working with Earl Cave, Nick Cave's kid, and they just recorded a whole bunch of songs. And then my daughter Lulu.
Yeah, I remember Lulu.
She just graduated from Stella Adler in New York, and she just finished making a short film.
That's cool.
She graduated from Stella Adler.
Yeah, she did the 3-year
huge.
conservatory program.
Wow, talk about just kind of like polar opposite things.
The
your
two of
kids
them?
did.
Yeah.
Dumb Fucks and Stella Adler.
It's definitely.
Yeah, you had a store called Lulu's.
It was called Dragonfly.
Dragonfly Lulu, you're right?
Delu, yeah.
Oh, Delu, that's right.
For
yeah.
Dutch and Lou. That was a children's boutique my wife had.
Yeah, I
that's
remember you
right.
had your acting class behind it in LA.
Yeah.
I think I made this amends to you, but if I hadn't, and I'm sure I did because I remember talking to you about it.
live amends.
Live
Watch
amends. At your class, at your house, in your back studio, I used your bathroom and I snorted meth in your bathroom.
My bathroom didn't mind and I didn't mind. And you're here today and you're doing what you're doing. So it's all good.
Yeah.
Greg, you snorted
amends
meth
needed.
in the back of a children's boutique.
Amends,
No, it
amends
was at
needed.
his house.
at his
It was
house.
at his
Okay.
home.
His house
It's
with the
okay.
kids
That's
around and
cool.
stuff.
Yeah,
No big
that's
deal.
fine. At least you didn't smoke it.
No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Dude, my God. Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that a little bit.
We can, sure,
It's the most
sure.
iconic scene, like one of the most iconic scenes of all time. You got your ear chopped off,
Right.
man. How that must have been going into that. Did you do a lot of
You know what? I mean, it was an incredible
No,
time and place.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Quentin was a blip on a few people's radar at that time.
man.
Like
Mm.
nobody, but when that
Yeah,
script
Quentin Tarantino.
yeah, and the script was going around and people were reading it, they were like, this is unique, it's new. And I was fortunate enough to read it, and go in and play with it, look at a couple different roles. And I think I read for them 3 or 4 times on it. They had me in for Mr. Pink and Mr. Orange.
Okay.
And then Tim Roth and Steve Buscemi. I was a huge fan of Tim's, and I had worked with Steve years before in New York. And so then they said, look, those aren't going to work out for you. Is there something you like? And I said, I actually really like the cop, Marvin Nash. And they were like, you do? I was like, yeah. And they were like, why? And I was like, well, he goes through all this shit and he doesn't rat out. Tim Roth's character. He doesn't give him up. And they took a little bit of time and they said, it's yours. And I was like, okay, great. So
that's amazing.
yeah, it was an
that
incredible
is so cool,
experience.
man.
It was
Yeah.
an incredible experience.
And I see you didn't go full method with it. You still have your ear.
What?
Yeah, you didn't go full method. You have your ear. Oh.
Come on,
He got me. He got me.
Come on.
I was trying to set up, and then he set me up.
You better get back to New York running all that
Oh my
shit
God.
again. Yeah.
I just got Reservoir Dogs.
You did get Reservoir Dogs.
I had that joke planned out for 2 days.
That was a good one, dude.
That was great.
I got you beat. I've been doing it for 30 fucking years.
What was there? I mean, you know, because I always remember I saw that scene, and I thought even before I knew you, I'm like, how did you get to that point of like that fear of death, knowing someone's pouring gas on you? How do you bring truth to those words and that fear? You know?
Well, first of all, when the writing is as good as Quentin's is, it's there. There's a base, there's a foundation. He's got the relationship set up in the room, the dynamics, the physicality. You know, and you make the choices, you commit to them, and you take the free fall. You just kind of just slide into it. And when you're surrounded by that kind of talent, all you got to do is just give it over. You know,
it was incredible. Michael Madsen was phenomenal. And
everybody in that film was great.
Just fantastic. It was such a incredible. I think, you know, like Dustin said, it's one of the most iconic scenes in the history of film. You know, with you and Michael Madsen.
Yeah.
You know,
iron sharpens iron, huh? That's cool.
It was you know, it was a turning point for me, certainly professionally, but also creatively.
Yeah.
You know, they're just, I mentioned Susan Batson to you, another teacher who passed a year or so ago, maybe 2 now, is Sandra Seacat. And I learned to do and did a lot of dream work with her. And that film and a couple of the films before were the first times I had worked with dream work while really doing a piece of substance. And
I gotta get with you on my next audition, man.
Come on.
I want to do some. I want to get some like deep acting. I've been in a few things, but I had to get shot on screen. I got killed on screen. I was in that show Gotham, and they shot me, and I went back. But there's this pad that you land on, and I remember I kept on turning around. Like I got shot in the head, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. It's hard to fall backwards, man.
Yeah. But that's the trust.
Oh, I didn't.
No, but you see, so it's like when you work with the subconscious and you work with the inner self, and then you, in terms of Jungian speak, then you work with the collective unconscious, which involves everyone and everything around. I could tell you countless stories where I've had a dream. Nothing in it has anything to do with the script. You go with it, you run with it, and then you will be on set working or rehearsing, and things from the dream will happen around you.
No.
Totally.
Whoa.
Totally. And so when these kinds of things start to happen, you're like, and then you start moving into like, is this a waking dream? Am I like,
am I still dreaming?
Yeah.
I've had a couple of those.
Yeah.
Dreams are crazy. I started to write down my dreams.
And then all of a sudden you're not acting.
Yeah.
Or you're not pretending, or you're okay. Like the fear feels organic.
Okay.
Or the anger feels real, or the joy is full, you know, and you're connected to it. Because when you're working that way, it is about evolving. It is about evolution. It is about change. And, you know.
Wow.
Yeah. You get Sandra Seacat, who I just mentioned, believed firmly that we get given roles, auditions, parts, and things to work on to help us to evolve, to look at things within ourselves, work on them, address them, and then come out the other side.
Oh, that's very cool.
And then it's our
life
art.
is like that.
Well, exactly.
Right.
And life, art, life.
Yeah.
I mean, it becomes cathartic. It becomes, you know. Yeah.
God, my acting methods suck. I'm thinking
you guys would be good.
We'll do that.
You're fantastic. He's been in a ton of stuff.
I believe you.
You've been in a lot, and
I got to play a cannibal.
You did.
on Gotham. And you know what I'd do? I would get Arby's and I would eat it. And I'd be like, this is skin. And like, ah.
What was your character's name?
I don't know. I didn't
You
even,
didn't-
I didn't even read the script. I was just like,
You
No.
just shut up and fell backwards and just ate Arby's.
I was Robert Greenwood. I was in Arkham Asylum. It was also like, I was looking around. I'm like, this is cool, man. Batman, dude.
That's
Sounds
so
awesome.
cool.
I
That
was
is-
like, yeah. I should have
That
been
sounds
like,
awesome.
this is a dream.
That's so.
And then I
great.
look down and I'm in my underwear, like, oh no.
I'd like to be like on a Star Wars project.
God, that would be so cool,
Right?
bro. Yeah.
That'd be so cool. I was doing a show with Bill Burr, and we were back in the dressing room, and he was on Mandalorian,
Mhm.
which was freaking phenomenal. And I was asking him a little bit about it, and I'm like, he just kind of brushed it up. Oh yeah, whatever, it's no big deal. I'm like, dude, that would be like the coolest thing in the world. But
It would
I
be
guess when you get on
amazing.
set and there's green screens and all that stuff, maybe isn't as I don't know.
Yeah, you see
I'd
the
appreciate it.
lightsaber, it just looks like a big green dildo. You're like, this isn't this isn't cool.
It sucks. It ruins it for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like a burning bush spiritual experience? Anything that's been like eye opening for you?
Oh my God. I mean, some really dark actually,
Mhm.
where, you look at something from the other side. I mean, we're talking about the drug stuff and all of that.
Yeah.
There were moments back in the day where those kinds of really life-changing things would happen.
Yeah.
It's I hate to say it, but I came to once in my mother's bathroom with a needle still in my arm.
Wow.
And actually, I think I was going to rehab the next day.
Wow.
It's a lot of that's a cloud, but it was one of those moments of like, wow,
Near
Yeah.
death.
this
You OD'd.
this could have gone a whole other way.
Yeah. You OD'd.
And you went to rehab the next day.
I think it was like there, and that was the second time I went. I
Okay.
went once, and there was 9 months in between. The first time I went to like learn how to shoot dope like a gentleman.
Yeah.
Dope like a
I would-
gentleman.
I did too also.
Or like
Dope like a
how-
gentleman.
how
That
do
sounds
you-
like a band your son would play in.
Dumb
Dope like a
fucks.
gentleman.
That is, yeah, that is a good
or
one.
how do you, how, because there's so much darkness, so much isolation. I'm alone all the time, and I think I'm the only one that's feeling and experiencing the things that I am. So then I went feeling like I must be doing this all wrong. And then used the weekend I came out, another 9 months, went back, and the second time I was done.
That was it.
Yeah,
That was
that
how,
was it.
how
It
many
stuck.
how many years clean? now?
It's 38 years now.
38?
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Wow, you got clean young.
Yeah, 27. I'm 64 now.
I'm 17 and he's coming up on 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a seizure, and I had a couple of seizures back to back at a meeting, and I was like,
In a meeting.
yeah, a lady was taking her birthday cake for her little anniversary, and yeah, I went to rehab the next day, and it's like, yeah, it's it's weird how the experiences where you almost die, kind of like,
and then
okay.
I sit here and I'm like this, and I've just met you,
Mhm.
and there's
Yeah.
a part of me that just goes like, I'm really glad you're here.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, bro. I'm
You
glad
know what I
you're here,
mean?
man.
Because it's like, and that's the joy stuff.
Mhm.
That's the stuff we start to experience. Yeah, living our lives, but also in our art and doing the work that we do. And there's a wonderful James Mason quote. He was sitting on a film set, and they were making him wait forever. And some PA or somebody came over to him and said, "Mr. Mason, I'm so sorry we're making you wait so long." And he goes, "Oh, no. You pay me to wait. The acting is free."
Oh, I like that.
That's
too.
good, right?
Yeah,
That is
I
good.
like that.
Yeah.
There is a lot of waiting around on movie
Yeah.
sets. That's
Oh
for sure.
man, don't you want to use that at the next gig you do?
That
Like,
is,
no, you
dude.
pay me. You pay me to drive here and wait in the green room. I get that for free. And they're like,
That's
oh,
good,
so
yeah.
we don't have to pay you? Like, no.
See, he is the joke writer. He is the joke writer.
He is a great joke writer. You've given me a bunch of punchlines.
Yeah.
and stuff.
We've been riding together. It's
Yeah.
fun. Yeah. We
Yeah.
help each other out. We're good friends.
We are good friends.
I made some really great friends over the past couple of years.
We are really good friends.
Hence, good things are happening.
Good things are happening.
Boom.
There was I remember I took one of your acting classes and we did this exercise. And the exercise is what is it? Tell me about you. what's it called?
Tell me who you are.
Tell me who you are.
Right.
And you kept saying it and saying it and saying it to me. And I hadn't fully gotten to the point where I was open about my drug problem. And I was getting close. I was going down that path. And I'm like, and you're like, you're just grilling me. And I was this close to being like, I'm a drug addict. I'm on coke. I'm so
I just finished this short called Redheaded Stranger with Cooper Hoffman.
Yeah.
And Jack Depp and Dexter Demi wrote it and directed it. And it's basically Ginger's Anonymous. So it's kind of like for redheads. And it's for redheads dealing with being a redhead. And Cooper, and my character's Grandmaster, except I'm a total fraud. And I'm wearing this long red wig. And I did that exercise with Cooper in the film where I'm like saying to him, who are you? And I did a Boston, like really bad Boston accent. And I'm going, who are you? He goes, I don't know. And I smack him. And he finally just screamed, I'm a ginger. I'm a ginger. It's reminding me of you doing that exercise. So wait, I don't remember exactly, but I feel like I'm remembering it. So then did you like break down and go, I'm a dope fiend?
No, I didn't do it.
You didn't come out the other side.
I was this close.
Okay,
man.
so then tell me who you are.
You want to do the?
Tell me who you are.
We're gonna do it.
Tell me who you are.
I'm Greg Baldwin.
Tell me who you are.
I'm a comedian.
Tell me who you are.
I'm a good human being.
Tell me who you are.
I'm a recovering drug addict.
Tell me who you are.
I'm self-involved.
You just looked at the camera when you said that.
I'm
Tell me who you are.
I'm selfish. I'm giving.
See, and then I'll go. Tell me who you are.
I'm Dustin.
Hi, Dustin. Tell me who you are.
I'm half Mexican.
Tell me who you are.
I'm hungry.
Tell me who you are.
I like being here.
Tell me who you are.
I got crazy hair.
Tell me who you are.
I'm happy.
Tell me who you are.
I'm comfortable.
Tell me who you are.
I'm thirsty.
Tell me who you are.
I'm friends with Greg.
Tell me who you are.
I used to be a locksmith.
Tell me who you are.
I have a brother.
Tell me who you are.
I'm a son.
Tell me who you are.
I love my mom.
Tell me who you are.
I'm a comic.
Tell me who you are.
I play hacky sack. Dude, that gets really intense, man.
And then you can switch. So you can go
Let's
to me.
do it. Let's do it to him, Dustin. You do it to him.
Tell me who you are.
No, I don't want to.
Tell me who you are.
I don't like this exercise.
Tell me who you are.
I don't want to tell you who I am.
Tell me who you are.
I don't want to do this.
Tell me who you are.
Okay, I'm Kirk.
Tell me who you are.
I'm fat.
Tell me who you are. You're not fat, by the way.
Go.
I have man boobs.
Tell me who you are.
I'm doing hot yoga.
Tell me who you are.
I'm telling you a story.
Tell me who you are.
I don't want to. I'm scared.
Tell me who you are.
I'm a puppet.
Tell me who you are.
I'm a guy.
Tell me who you are.
I'm Kirk.
Tell me who you are.
I'm a dad.
Who else? Tell me who you are.
I'm a husband.
Tell me who you are.
I'm a fish out of water.
Tell me.
I'm a red fire engine.
Tell me who you are.
I'm a faker.
Tell me who you are.
I'm a fraud.
Tell me who you are.
I'm a believer.
Oh, tell me who you
I'm
are.
a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
I'm huge.
That feels, I gotta say, okay, I think cops should use that as an interrogation.
I think they kind of do.
That is, huh?
Yeah, eventually you're gonna say some shit that you're gonna go to jail for. Tell me who you are. Tell me where the drugs are.
Right now, I'm the guy that wants you to cut that whole portion out of this.
That
tape.
was awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
No, that was cool.
It's hard.
me
Like
about-
if you just keep grilling and grilling, like you really, like stuff comes out that you would normally wouldn't tell.
Yeah, you
know?
want to try to not tell a story.
Yeah.
So you just go immediately, like,
Yeah,
Whatever
and
comes
You were doing
yeah.
that because
Yeah.
you want to try. You don't want to piggyback or create chain reactions.
Mhm.
You don't want the next thing to be built on the back of what was just said. But we can't help but do that
yeah.
because of the way we operate.
Mm.
So you want to keep trying to hit the reset button, so to speak.
That's cool.
Yeah, man.
Tell me 3 good things that are happening in your life right now.
3 good things. I just being who I am and the dad I am, I go to my kids. It really excites me that the 2 of them are as full creatively right now as they are. my son with his music, and my daughter with the film that she just made. So I would kind of call that one.
That's a good one.
I think the second one is, talking with you guys about painting and acting. I am back to painting now.
Yeah.
And I am in sheer terror and just like, I feel the way I felt when I first started studying acting, and I was like 27, 28 and trying to do this and starting to show my work, share it with people. I keep having these people around me that want me to write about my painting, and it's hard, but I'm starting to do that some, to actually be able to talk about it and write about it some.
Okay.
So that I'm in flux on that, but it's great and I'm excited about it. I am completely addicted to hot yoga right now.
Oh,
Hot yoga.
Yeah. Have you ever done it?
No, I did regular yoga.
So it's in an infrared room. I go to, God, we're plugging everybody today. I go to
Yeah,
Center
plug
for
'em.
Yoga on Larchmont.
yeah.
Maybe I get a couple months free membership for that one. And the studio is incredible. They've been there since, God, they've been there a really long time. I can't remember the exact year, but it's gone. It was Yoga Works. Now it's Center for Yoga. But anyway, they have 3 rooms. But upstairs, there's an infrared hot yoga studio.
Oh, that's
and I
cool.
go there to sweat and try and
see,
get
I already-
rid of my man boobs. And
Bro, I
everything else.
sweat with regular yoga, so I can only imagine the like puddle that would be beneath
Come.
me.
Both of you come as my guests and come
I'll do
do
it.
you both look really excited right now.
Yeah, I'm already thinking about it. Like, great, I can't eat before that.
You both looked at me like,
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
We'll do that fake plan.
We'll call you. We'll call you.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I'll call you.
wasn't terribly authentic, fellas.
Who are you? Not a hot yoga guy.
Yeah.
What are you passionate about?
Love, forgiveness, acceptance, growth, giving myself permission to bang my head against the wall when necessary. Change. God, I'm passionate. I don't want to go too political here, but I'm passionate about the hope that we can climb out of the fuck storm we're in right now. Where we live.
It's a pretty crazy time.
Yeah. but
Speaking
I
of
think
fuck
we can.
storms, what do you do for like your mental health with everything?
Maintain integrity
that's
with
good.
myself. Keep my side of the street clean, so to speak.
Yeah.
I think I was speaking with a bunch of friends the other day and we were talking about boundaries, and when the subject started being brought, I was like, fuck, I don't want to talk about boundaries. But then the thing that started to shift for me was commitment. And then not just commitment with others, and it's not going to mean I'm looking for commitment from others, but my focus can really only be on my commitment towards others. And then as far as boundaries, it started to shift for me like, okay, so what are the commitments within myself I need to keep working at continuing to honor and not throw to the curb,
What's something about you that nobody knows?
Oh, God. My brother and I haven't spoken in 3 years, and it's painful for me. And I'm hoping that's something that can get resolved one day or a year soon. But I don't go around talking about that all that much.
Yeah.
But you asked.
Yeah.
That's it. Maybe we shouldn't ask those questions.
No, it's good. You know what? Tell me who you are.
Well,
Right?
so we lit that fire, and but there's a part of me that goes like, I can't say that.
Yeah.
And then there's a part of me that goes, oh my God, maybe my brother will actually hear that and he'll help me.
Yeah.
Oh, that would mean that we have another listener too. So that's kind of exciting.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What advice would you give your younger self?
Self?
Yeah. If you could look back and give your younger self some, what advice would you give yourself?
You're enough.
That's a good one. You're
Play as long as you can.
Yeah.
Oh, play
I
as
like
long
that.
as you can.
There was a guy I knew years ago. His name was Vernon White. And Vernon was Willie Nelson and Chris Christopherson's right-hand guy. He was like their roadie and like their manager and all kinds of shit. And he was awesome.
I can already smell the guy.
He was amazing. He passed a few years back. And I would go and I'd talk to him once in a while and tell him about, how somebody was fucking me over or this, that, and the other. And Vernon's answer would always be, Kirk, if they could do any better, they would.
Ooh, that is good.
So I would try and get that kid in me to embrace that.
They could do
I heard
any
it-
better. I'm
if they
gonna,
could
dude.
do
I'm
any
taking
better,
that
they
today.
would.
I'm taking that from
That's
this.
a good. That's a good
great
one.
Yeah.
I heard a good one too. Somebody had said, "Don't worry so much. It's all gonna work out."
Yeah. Well, the other one that's great with that is that worrying is praying for what you don't want.
Yeah.
Right.
Spend so much time, man. And I do this, man. It's like I spend so much time in the future and worrying about everything and this and that. And it always works out better. And then if it actually, the worry thing that happens, that I worry about actually happens, I'm better with it when it happens than when I'm thinking about it. I can handle the problems that come up and I deal with it fine. It's the process of getting to that point and worrying about the stuff that never come to fruition that's so unhealthy.
I mean, there's that thing of like, in that, and we all get there, but how do I turn it and just simply go, what if it all works out?
Yeah.
Rather than what if it's all crashing and burning.
Yeah.
What if it all works out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's trying to change that those negative thoughts into positive. I'm reading this Tony Robbins book right now, and it's dealing with the vocabulary that we tell ourselves in our head and the words that we use. And I use a lot of words like, I'm not going to be good enough. That's not going to work out for me. I'm depressed. And these words, it talks about, let's change those words and stop using depressed. Instead of when I say I'm depressed, saying, you know what, I'm not feeling as good as I normally do. Or
Did you see I'm Not Your Guru?
I haven't seen it now.
It's a great movie. It's a great documentary.
Wait, what's it called?
I Am Not Your Guru.
Oh, okay.
Right. And there's a moment in it when he's talking about when working with oneself or working with someone else, don't try and push. See if there's something that can be held out in front that can be grabbed onto. Right. And I love that. And that for me goes so much with what you're talking about with the worrying or, what do I look for to grab onto that can pull me up and out as opposed to this feeling like I need to be pushed.
Yeah. Where are you at in your life right now? Are you happy?
Yeah. Yeah.
You look happy.
You do look happy,
right?
Yeah.
I feel it. I mean, there's struggles, there's stuff. I'm really happy that I finally this morning made my appointment for the next colonoscopy.
Nice.
It's taken me 5 fucking years to do it.
Nice.
Oh man, was it a
That was
1-900
supposed to be
number?
a joke.
'Cause
See,
then that's
I
not-
just bombed on a joke.
I wasn't even. I was listening because I was thinking of my joke.
It's my delivery. It's my delivery. Fuck.
No. Yeah, I screwed that up. Now I want to go back. I got to go back and watch that game tape.
You know how I could tell you're happy? Here's how I can tell. Well, first of all, I see your soul. We were talking about when you were coming up. You said you look blue, you look whatever, and I'm like, I got my soul back. Oh, my glasses.
Yeah.
But you know how I can tell you're happy? Look at your outfit, dude. You got fucking beige, fucking cocky. You got thongs on or sandals.
Thongs.
You got sandals.
Yeah.
Flash, nice sandals. You got beige things. You got a white shirt, summer shirt. It's buttoned down halfway.
You know what happens? I mean, it's like I'm finally at a place where all this shit that used to be important is absolutely meaningless, and all these things I didn't care about mean everything. There's a total flip flop. A total just shift, and it's nice to not care at times, and it's nice to have clarity on what I am passionate about, what is important to me, what matters, what doesn't matter. I don't feel so ambivalent or hesitant or uncertain, Yeah.
You know what? You look like a guy that my mom would want to be my stepdad. I could see that. Like, I could see my mom looking at you. Why can't I find a good man like that? I could see that. You look like a good guy, bro.
He does
Yeah.
look like a good
dude.
guy.
That's
You
very
are a
sweet.
good guy,
That's
man.
very sweet. That's very,
You are a
very
good guy.
sweet.
Hey guys, I'm Cecily, the producer of Good Things Are Happening. We got a sponsor. Crazy. It's Surfshark. Surfshark is a VPN or virtual private network, a tool that hides your online activities from third parties snooping around and collecting data, like the sneaky bastards that they are. When I travel, I set my location to home so that I can log in securely and work on behalf of my clients. When I can't get the Netflix show that I want, I set my location to Seoul. I'm also learning Italian, and when I want to really get immersed, I can watch the news in Italian by setting my location to Rome or Milan. Protect your online privacy. Become invisible online with Surfshark VPN. And with our link, you save 83%, which I think is insane. But okay, on the Surfshark One VPN Plus, you also get 3 months extra. That's $2.69 a month. Knock it out of park, guys. It's awesome. Get Surfshark. Click the link in the description or on our website, goodthingspod.com, and surf safely with Surfshark. Surf safely with Surfshark. I'm ridiculous. Go, guys. Do the news.
We do news stories on here. We're gonna read some positive news stories and talk about them a little bit.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. What do we got here? Good news time. I checked. Oh, this is a good one. Dogs trained to sniff out post-traumatic stress by smelling patients' breath with 90% accuracy. These dogs are currently trained to respond to behavioral and physical cues. Our study showed that some dogs can also detect these episodes via breath. Assistance dogs currently help patients by alerting to and interrupting episodes when their companions are struggling with their symptoms, responding to stress markers on their breath. This is awesome.
So the dogs
Yeah.
can smell your breath and tell you if you're having
I'm
traumatic
just feeling
stress.
this strong desire to brush my teeth right now.
Yeah. I know.
Like, this guy's got trauma.
The dog's gonna smell Kirk's breath right now and be like, halitosis, trauma.
The
Ding,
dog
ding, ding,
runs
ding.
out of the fucking room.
Yeah, dog dies. Dog dies right there. On the
Oh my!
spot.
I can't deal with this.
It's like you ever seen
Too much.
Up in Smoke with the movie with Cheech and Marin or Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
Up in Smoke, and the dog finds the weed truck and he inhales all the thing, and they come in, and the dog's dead.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, that's it. This is a cool dog. You know?
Yeah.
It can smell trauma. Some of them just smell drugs, and those dogs, you
Wow,
know,
that's intense.
You know what I'm taking from this story is that there's all the drug dogs are out of work right now, so they got to find other job
they gotta
avenues.
smell for trauma.
They got to smell for trauma.
Why are all the drug dogs out of work?
Because they're becoming trauma dogs now.
Oh,
No,
I
Moving
see.
trauma.
Okay.
Drugs, trauma.
I thought you were saying like there are no more drugs to be sniffed out.
Well,
there are.
weed's legal.
Greg wasn't
Right?
doing that
Weed's
much.
legal.
So yeah.
So,
What
what else you got?
What else we got, buddy?
Here's a good one. So here's the headline. She finally earned her Stanford master's degree at 105 years old.
I love those stories about old people going to college and stuff.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. I wonder what she's gonna get into.
So what happened was I guess when she was young, during the Second World War, I guess she ended up having kids, or her husband went to war or something, and she had to leave college. She had an undergraduate, but she always wanted to go back, and so she raised a family and this and that, and she ended up going back and getting her master's 83 years later.
Oh man, she's gonna be in a lot of debt
After her,
That's
that's a good point, huh?
that would be a good idea.
No,
to get
but
your
I'm curious.
college.
What did she get her master's in? Does it say it?
It doesn't say. But she spent her life, her son-in-law described her as a woman under whose feet moss doesn't grow, owing to her active lifestyle of volunteering, voracious reading, and walking around the garden.
Mm.
And, it's like, that's so inspirational for me, because it's like, I thought I was too old for life. My life was over at 30. I was just talking about this with my mom. Remember when you're 30 and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so old. I'm 30. And it's so young,
It really
you know?
is,
And
man.
this woman got her master's degree at 105,
Yeah.
you know? So there's
How long does it take to get your master's? Like 8 years or something?
I don't know.
83.
83.
83. Yeah, look at that. We got a joke writer.
She probably partied a lot. She
We
was
got
in
a
a
joke
sorority.
writer. So that's it for the news stories.
Those are
Yeah.
nice. Old people going to college, dogs smelling trauma. It's a good world we live in, bro.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is, man. And you know what, Kirk, you're great, man.
Thanks, buddy.
You are. Thanks for coming
this was
on,
cool,
man.
Thanks for having me.
Are there any charities that you want to plug real quick or anything like that? We probably should have given you the heads up.
Any
beforehand, but
causes you
any
support?
causes that you're into?
I don't.
Hot yoga?
Hot yoga. Yeah, I like it.
I don't know. I mean, I do think that, you know, I think anything anybody can do to help with the homeless situation in LA right now,
It's a good one.
it's pretty staggering.
Yeah.
And I don't see it getting better. I see Band-Aids. I
Mhm.
see kind of lame attempts. So I think that any of that can be kind of leaned into and looked at, and then in line with that, I would also say that addiction.
Yeah.
You know, look, I love that you did a benefit. You know, looking to help Phoenix House and
Yeah.
and anything that can move in that kind of direction, I'm all for. You know.
You know, I think it's our responsibility as recovering addicts and alcoholics to use our gifts to better serve others.
And I think, but I don't think it has to just stay in our box, so to speak.
Nope.
And I think that anything that's rooted in selfless service that doesn't have a string attached to it is going to end up creating some change for all involved. It's not that I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it because I do want to help,
Mm,
you know, and
Yeah.
then it maybe comes back to me.
Yeah.
You know? So this was cool, man.
This is
yeah,
awesome.
Kirk,
Thanks,
you're the
bro.
best, dude. I've
Thanks,
learned,
buddy.
you know what,
Thank
man?
you. Thank you.
I am a better person on this earth today because you were in my life.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate that.
Thanks for coming on, bro.
Thanks for having me. Good to meet you.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching again. No. Nice. All right.
That was awesome, dude. That was awesome.
That was awesome. I'm Dustin Ibarra.
I'm Greg Baldwin.
Find us on social media and on the web at goodthingspod.com.
You can also find us on Instagram and YouTube at Good Things Are Happening Podcast.
We're on Patreon. Sign up because we're going to have some cool stuff on there.
Like really, really, really cool stuff.
So dope, we can't even talk about it. And remember, when life gets you down, good things are happening.
Good things are happening. Help somebody.